Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome this morning. Attorney General Moody, Representative Oberdorf, Senator Harrell, council members, city staff, and distinguished guests. It is my privilege to welcome you to Port St. Lucie. Today we celebrate an achievement that reflects the very core of who we are as a city. Joining the Florida Attorney General's 100% Club is not just a badge of honor, it is a powerful statement of our commitment to one of our 7 strategic goals, public safety. For the past 13 years, Port St. Lucie has been recognized as the safest large city in Florida, a distinction we are incredibly proud of. Achievements like today's help us uphold that reputation by equipping our city with the knowledge and tools to combat threats like human trafficking. This campaign, completed in just 52 days, brought together all city employees to strengthen our ability to identify and report human trafficking. We are also honored to be the first municipality in Florida to achieve this recognition. This milestone is a testament to the vision and support of our council, our city manager, and leadership team, whose dedication ensures that everything we do aligns with the needs and safety of our residents. Attorney General Moody, thank you for your leadership in making Florida a zero-tolerance state for human trafficking. Your efforts ensure that no corner of our state, including Port St. Lucie, tolerates this type of crime. I'd also like to thank Representative Oberdorf and Councilman Bonner for bringing this training opportunity to the city's attention. This achievement demonstrates how collaboration and a shared vision can create a city where everyone feels secure and valued. It is also a reflection of what makes Port St. Lucie the heart of the Treasure Coast, a community defined by unity, resilience, and opportunity. So thank you all again for being here today for this important milestone.
Thank you, Mayor. So excited you're here. Well, hello and good morning. This is quite the crowd here this morning. I am so excited to see this, and I think it's reflective of why Port St. Lucie is, in fact, the safest large city in the state of Florida, because everybody cares. I think we have every single city department represented behind us today. And I'm telling you, when I walked in and saw that, it wasn't just the number of you that were here, it was the breadth of involvement in this project. It was very inspiring to me. I get a lot of the energy and passion and oomph that comes along with this job. I get from people like you, seeing what you are doing in the communities that you love in service to them and the people that you love. So thank you for being here this morning to help us celebrate, and thank you for participating. I need to start talking this way or nobody's going to hear what I'm saying. As you can see, the people of Florida are remarkable. And it is the people of Florida that have trusted us to be their representatives and marshal us together as we govern ourselves, which is what we're doing here today. And I think it speaks volumes that this city, Port St. Lucie, is the safest, largest city, because it shows that all of you care about that. And you have decided as a city that safety, protecting one another, is going to be one of your priorities as you govern together your city. And sometimes we forget that about our leaders, not just in state office, but in county offices, in legislative, the Senate, Senator Harrell's here, Representative Oberdorf, but in city councilmen, county commissioners. We're just here trying to help organize all of us governing ourselves. If you boil it down to the core of why communities work or don't work, is whether we as a community are governing ourselves in a way that promotes stability and civility and safety. And kudos to Port St. Lucie for doing just that. And I am so excited to be here because what today means in terms of awarding and having your city join the 100% Club, it means that you are taking that proactive step of training community members to, again, be part of keeping your community safe. What that means is the entire city has committed to training 100% of its employees on how to spot the signs of human trafficking, and if in fact you encounter someone that you believe may be a victim, reporting that to our statewide hotline, 855-FLA-SAFE. And so this is the first municipality in the state of Florida to join the 100% Club. That is quite a testament to not only the folks behind us that got in support of that, the mayor and Councilman Bona, I know you had a large effort in making this happen, but it means that moving forward, you're showing that you're not just going to react when crime happens. You're not going to just respond as a community when crime happens. You're going to be proactive in making sure it doesn't happen. And Florida has really been a model for this nation in the way we are proactively and innovatively building programs to protect law and order and the safety of our state. We're proactive in communicating that message, not just within our own state, but nationally. We are a law and order state. We are a safe state. Probably one of the reasons we're not only leading the nation and people wanting to be here and wanting to be Floridians, I think they're elbowing each other out of the way to move here. We're also leading the nation in law enforcement officers that want to join the ranks here. And that's no surprise. In fact, I had the honor of visiting with your chief of police earlier, Police Nimchik, and he was saying he himself came here from New York decades ago, joined the ranks. He said it was the right thing to do, having bravely responded after the 9/11 tragedy. And being a part of those efforts admirably, he wanted to move his family here and be a part of this community and this state. And thankfully he did and has carried on the tradition. I think we're now the 13th year in a row that Port St. Lucie is the safest large city in the nation, or in the state, second in the nation. So that's a testament to you, and we're certainly glad you made that decision. But it's no surprise that other officers around the nation are following that lead and wanting to be a part of Florida's law enforcement, wanting to be a Florida hero. In fact, if any law enforcement officer within Florida or out of Florida is wanting to join our ranks, please do so. You can go to beafloridahero.com. We'll welcome you with open arms, and you can be a part of great communities like Port St. Lucie, who, as a priority in their city, make law and order a mission and don't let up and are very proactive. So we welcome you to join us here in Florida. It is my honor to present to your great mayor, your council, and in front of everyone here who made this a reality, a token of our appreciation and recognition that Port St. Lucie is now part officially of the 100% Club, in that all city employees have now trained in spotting human trafficking and reporting it. Congratulations. And I'm going to ask a couple folks to come up and make some remarks on what prompted them to do this. But if I might just, for a moment, as someone who has taken this on as a mission as Attorney General, and certainly in my previous life within law enforcement, human trafficking is an abhorrent crime. It knows no ages, no socioeconomic status. It affects all types of folks from all walks of life. And, you know, one of the great things about this country is that we work diligently to make sure people are protected and that they have the inalienable rights of life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. And can you think of any other crime that deprives those more than trafficking? And so if you are watching, please take the lead, be inspired by the folks behind me that were moved to train themselves in how to spot human trafficking. Help us be eyes and ears. If you notice someone is reluctant to speak without coaching from someone else or getting permission from someone else, if you notice that they've been branded or scarred or malnourished, there are many common signs of human trafficking. You can find those on youcanstopht.com. We need more eyes and ears because we know with the evolution of technology and social media, as well as the border non-existence for the last few years, trafficking is something that every state in this nation is facing. And so we need folks to help us rescue victims. I'm proud to say here in Florida, we have made rescuing victims our priority. We are infusing resources into law enforcement, not just training, but bodies to help go after and rescue victims. But we also need those organizations that can help catch those victims and provide them the support and stability they need to cooperate with law enforcement. And I'm so proud of those organizations that have also joined us today. So again, those watching, join us in this fight against trafficking. You can stop HT.com. And everybody here, congratulations to the City of Port St. Lucie. I'm incredibly proud to welcome you to the 100% Club. Thank you so much.
A little snug. So it is an honor to stand here today as we celebrate the City of Port St. Lucie's commitment to combat human trafficking by becoming the first municipality to join the Attorney General's 100% Club. This milestone reflects our city's dedication to protecting our community, maintaining our status as the safest large city in Florida, and leading by example in addressing one of the gravest issues of our time. First, I want to thank our incredible city employees, over 1,400 strong, who not only completed this essential training, but also serve our community with excellence every day. You are the front line of this effort, and your vigilance and compassion could very well save lives. To our city leadership, who implemented this training swiftly and effectively, thank you for your hard work. And of course, my heartfelt thanks to Attorney General Ashley Moody for your leadership, and to Representative Toby Overdorf for championing this cause year after year after year. When I proposed that our city join the 100% Club, it was driven by 3 objectives. First, to empower our employees with the skills to spot and report human trafficking. Every day, our employees interact with the public in countless ways, whether at our parks, in City Hall, or out in the field. And this training equips them to recognize signs that something isn't right and to act decisively. Second, to strengthen intergovernmental cooperation. By working together across multiple levels and branches of government, we're proving we can achieve more united than we ever could alone. Finally, and most importantly, to raise awareness and inspire others to act. I first learned about the 100% Club through an event in the community where Lynn Barletta was giving a presentation on human trafficking. Representative Overdorf was in the audience, and we discussed bringing this training to our city, which made today's celebration a reality. And so too, this event is not the end of our efforts. It's the beginning. I've already had encouraging conversations with other government leaders and members of the business community who are eager to implement this training in their organizations, and I can't wait to see what fruits result from today's gathering. As Edmund Burke once said, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Today, Port St. Lucie has shown that we are not those men and women who will stand idle. We are those who take action, who stand against injustice, and who work tirelessly to protect the vulnerable. Traffickers thrive on fear and vulnerability, but through shared knowledge and vigilance, we can foster communities where these criminals have nowhere to hide. Today, we declare Port St. Lucie as such a community, and we 100% support our state's efforts to make Florida a zero-tolerance state for human trafficking. Thank you to everyone who's made the 100% Club achievement a reality. Together, we will ensure that our city remains not only the safest large city in Florida, but also a place where freedom and justice prevail. Thank you.
Good job, Anthony. And Anthony Jr., thank you for joining us as well. We appreciate you. And the only one who can give a longer speech apparently is Anthony Jr., and he's doing a great job so far. To the City of Port St. Lucie, thank you so much. Making this reality is something, obviously, it's near and dear to me, and it's something that I've been working on every single session that I've been up in Tallahassee and away from home, away from here. And to have what has happened here in this city is a testimony to the people that I represent. So, you know, it's incredible that you have all come together and said, I want to make something different. You know, in Proverbs 31, it says, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. What you have done today, you're speaking up for those that can't speak for themselves, for those that are hidden, for those that are brought down in such a way that they can't speak out. You've now achieved those tools that you can then hopefully bring that to light. You don't know if that one person that this training saves could break an entire ring. And if you don't think it's here, you are sadly mistaken. To think about the things that happen within this city, within every other municipality that we have across the state of Florida, because of policies that are outside of our control, we are subject to some atrocities that happen within our region. We can stop those atrocities and say, not here, not in this city, by going through this training. I thank you so much, not only for your efforts. Attorney General, thank you for believing in the program and for recognizing. Senator Harrell, thank you for always being a support in the Senate to everything. To the council here, I can't thank you enough for saying yes to the training, investing the city's time, efforts, et cetera, and making sure that this happens. So thank you all for being here today. And with that, I'll turn it back over to our amazing Attorney General Moody.
Well, you know, we are setting out a challenge today. So being the first city in the state to become part of the 100% Club, I think that's going to set a challenge out for every other city in the state. Over 400 municipalities here in the state of Florida, time for them to get on board and join the club. So hopefully they will follow the lead of Port St. Lucie. I'm sure that they will. I could tell you story after story where a tip came in to a human trafficking hotline and victims were rescued, many times under threat of violence, coercion, living in deplorable situations. This can be a game changer in someone's life. And so thank you for stepping up and taking this training. You are now our new eyes and ears, our sentinels in the community to report back to law enforcement and help us save lives. We'd be happy to take any questions from anyone here that might have a question. I proudly offer up anyone here behind me, even the city employees who don't like to speak in public. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm with Casey Palm, the local paper here. I just got a question about the origin and sort of genesis of the 100% Club. Can you tell me a little bit about that, how it got started, and how important it is that it's now expanding into municipalities?
Great question. Thank you. So we realized early on that the tips coming in were really the impetus for some of our more successful investigations. So early in my tenure, we started launching new projects. We started training commercial truck drivers to be our eyes and ears at truck stops because we know a victim of human trafficking was rescued from a tip from a truck driver. We trained airline employees. We've had stories where an airline employee saw someone, they thought something was suspicious, made a report, they were able to rescue a victim. We've trained hotel workers, restaurant workers, and all of these things we know leads to successful law enforcement investigations. We've also made it easier for community members to report anonymously. We've streamlined the anonymous tip reporting line in Florida to star tips. And I'm always proud of this. It was the first in the nation to streamline crime reporting, star tips. We used to have dozens of different numbers across the state, and we still do. You can still use them. But anyone can pick up their cell phone right now and call star tips. That now has been adopted nationwide. We've made it easier than ever, not only for people to report, but now to train additional people. So we knew going to these specific industries that have probably a higher likelihood to see and witness victims of human trafficking, we wanted to start there. We then knew we needed to start training more people in the community because it never failed. We always thought, how could this have been going on right in the middle of a community and no one noticed? And so we came up with the idea to start recognizing organizations, and it's not just governmental organizations, although we applaud the first city in the state to do that. But we have also joined into the ranks of the 100% Club large private business organizations that have agreed to train their membership. And so with that, we have increased exponentially those who know what to look for. And if someone might have noticed something off before and felt funny about that, might have had a guttural instinct of protection and wanting to help, but might have felt reserved, we hope this also not only trains people on how to spot it, but encourages them to be bold in making those reports. Because oftentimes those that are lured into and kept captive into human trafficking are among the most vulnerable. And so they need people to help them escape that situation. And I could give you numerous examples where identification documents have been withheld, threats of violence. They get many trafficking victims addicted to drugs. They move them around often so they can't develop relationships to seek help. They keep phones away from them so they can't report it themselves. There are so many reasons we need more people in the community to be trained. And that was a great question. And I'm so proud, not just of our governmental agencies, but so many of our private businesses that have stepped up to do the same.
Madam Attorney General, Dylan Huberman at CBS 12 News. I champion you for what you've been doing for human trafficking. It's been a huge thing to stop it. Do you intend to continue those efforts as potentially Marco Rubio's replacement?
Oh, well, that was a great segue. You are so talented at your job. I was so trapped into the compliments of our leader. No, I think Florida has shown, we've got such great dynamic leaders here in Florida, so many folks that have helped in these efforts and others that have made Florida the envy of so many states around the nation. In fact, we've done so many innovative things, not just in trafficking and in other respects, that oftentimes we'll get other states calling us and saying, can you show us that model program or that statute that you've been able to pass, and we're more than happy to step up. We hope that some of the leadership efforts that we've done here in Florida have helped set an example and maybe even maybe pushed other states to replicate what we're doing here to protect not just safety, but the rights of their citizens. And certainly human trafficking implicates both of those things. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. And again, congratulations to the City of Port St. Lucie as the newest member of the 100% Club.